Hey guys, this is AlexRay2000 and welcome back to my channel. And today for this video, I'm going to be showing you two Star Wars vehicles that I got here. I just picked it up today in the mail, and I'm just pretty excited to show you what I got here. Um, so, and these Star Wars vehicles that I have here, have you ever been to um, Disneyland or Disney World and have ridden a ride called Star Tours? And it's basically a Star Wars themed attraction, And so what I got here are the two vehicles, that are originally based on that, and these are pretty cool. So let me just show you what I got here. I have Starspeeder 3000. This looks absolutely amazing. Look at this. Oh man, this looks so cool. This is the original attraction that used to be at Disneyland, or at the Disney parks, and yeah, this looks pretty cool. And man, I'm just a little, glad that I got this. Again, bought it off on eBay for a good deal. That's pretty cool. And see this here, Starspeeder 3000, and see Star Wars. It's pretty cool. And on the sides, Star Wars logo with Starspeeder 3000 right there, and on the back tells you all about the ride and all of that stuff. Tells you all the things that comes with this vehicle. That's pretty cool. And same thing on the other side, and on the bottom, pretty much tells you or shows you all the other kinds of stuff this vehicle has. As you can see here, it shows here that it comes with a little RX or Captain Rex figure right there, and obviously, usually I've seen that the RX-24 is basically like strapped around in that little plastic bubble right there. But obviously the seller did mention this, that the RX-24 is basically inside of the Starspeeder. So again, we'll look into that. And yeah, so if you notice, one thing a little bit about the packaging is that the plastic bubble right here, yeah, there's like a few cracks. That's one thing that worries me. I'm trying to keep the box, in good condition, but anywho, so that's the 3000. Now let me show you the other vehicle, which is obviously you're probably familiar with. It's the Starspeeder 1000, and this is the sneak preview vehicle that was released back in 2011, I think. 2011, yes. And this was the updated version of the ride. And as you can see, the change of color into red, it's pretty cool, and the side looks pretty awesome, not compared to this design, the blue stripes and obviously all coated white. This is all just a mix of red and a few other like black colors right there, and it's pretty cool. And again, the updated version, the updated logo of Star Tours right there. And this was a limited edition of 10,000, so I'm guessing these were probably available pretty much to 10,000. These 10,000 of these available throughout the Disney parks. I'm not sure how much they were sold. I'm not sure. I gotta look it up. But anyways, again, this was bought by the same seller on eBay. And yes, you can see this was a Star Wars Celebration 5 item that was sold, I think. I'm not quite sure. But again, this is pretty cool. You can see here, this was a Disney theme parks authentic item right here. And on the side, that looks pretty cool. I mean, not compared to, let's have a little comparison right here. Obviously, this is more like a blackish, type of, of design right here, and this is more like a like kind of like a 3D, 3D design right here, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty much what the ride is. The ride is all 3D. That's a pretty amazing effect they added into the ride, so that's pretty cool. And on the back tells you more about the ride and all the updated versions they've done with it. It says here in 2011 new Star Tours. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And on the bottom, pretty much tells you the same thing. However, as you notice, there's no figure that comes with it. Obviously, there's no C-3PO or the other droid. I forgot the name of that droid. Supposedly, it's the captain or the updated version of Captain Rex, but anywho, so that's pretty cool. And as you can see here, just like it shows here, there's just like a little sticker right there of Tatooine, which we'll look into that in a bit. And obviously, you can see here, there's like a remove protective strip. Obviously, that releases the batteries, and obviously these are already been pulled by the original seller. So, but anywho, so let's go ahead and get them out of the box. I'm gonna go ahead and probably take this one out first and show this one first and see where you go from there. So see, there's no tape to be cut it. Obviously, this was not. And then there's like a little plastic. There we go. Oh. Alright, here we go. Alright, so that's the box. Let's put this aside for now. Again, I'm gonna keep the box. I'm not gonna throw it away or anything. While I'm doing that, let me take out the other one, since we're doing this little unboxing portion. So here's the 1000. Alright, here we go. Alright. Okay, so here they are. Here are the Starspeeders. Look at these. Again, pretty much same scale. However, different color designs and whatnot. So, anywho, so let's go ahead and let's have a look at the Starspeeder 3000 first. So again, nice, beautiful white color right here. And of course, as you can see, here's like a little button right here, which is R2D2 right here. That's pretty cool. Maybe one more time. Nice. And yeah, and if you notice here, there's like two little red lights right here. Obviously, they are basically like the guns of the Starspeeder. That's pretty cool. And on the back, there's like four little buttons right here. I'm assuming this is for the doors right here. So.
Welcome aboard. This is Captain Rex from the cockpit.
Awesome. You can also hear the voice of Captain Rex right there. Look at that. Oh.
Welcome aboard. This is Captain Rex from the cockpit.
However, I just noticed that if you press it a little bit gently, obviously the doors open and the lights turn on, but you don't hear the voice. So obviously, if you press it a little hard right here, or you press it all the way in, you can hear the voice of Captain Rex right there. And then same thing on this side right here. Awesome. And then let's see, what does this button do? Oh, sweet. Okay. So here we have the little, I guess you call them the cannons right here, the little cannons of the Starspeeder. Let's go ahead. Awesome. That's awesome right there. And then what about this one right here? Huh, that was pretty low. Let me try that again. Okay, so that's basically like the engine noises right there. So let's see underneath there again. I noticed there's wheels underneath. That's pretty, basically, okay for this scale of a vehicle right here. And a little bit of detail, like these little gears or whatever, underneath. There's a speaker right there and the battery compartment right there. And this was a manufacturer of 2002. Oh wow. Oh wow, I never knew this. How old is, hold on. Let me see really quick how old is this vehicle right here. This was a oh, 2007. Okay. So I'm guessing the packaging was released in 2007, and this was back in 2002. So I'm guessing like they might have switched different packaging of the Starspeeder. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah. But anyway, so let's go ahead and let me remove this part right here. Again, nothing too much of detail on this part, but anyway, let's go ahead and put that aside. And oh yes, you can see here's our little droid buddy right here, Captain Rex himself. Look at that. That's pretty awesome right there. Look at that. Oh sweet, look at that. A nice looking figure, Captain Rex right there. And this basically he's supposed to have like 3 arms, but obviously for this figure alone, they only gave him like 2 arms. So that's pretty basically okay for a figure this size. Let me put him aside for now so you can see right here. So I'm assuming on the right there's like 5 rows of seats, but obviously in this scale there's they added only 4 rows, or actually 3 rows, because I noticed there's just only like 2 seats on the front, and obviously on this side that's where the peg is for the figure Captain Rex to sit on, or to stand on actually. But obviously these are just 3 rows of seats right here that they added. So I guess you could just count this as 3 rows of seats on the Starspeeder. And there's like a little sticker right there. Let me turn on the light really quick. Just showing you like a little blueprint of the Starspeeder. Would have been cool to show the Death Star battle, or the what do you call it? That little scene, the comets. There we go. Scene, but no, they just added this sticker instead. Oh well, that's pretty nothing. And obviously this is like a little barrier or something. Supposedly, like, that's where the door of the screen door of the Starspeeder supposed to be, but no. And again, let me put this on, see what the lights look like inside. Oh yeah, and I'm noticing that when the lights turn on with the orange color of the seats, it creates this little illuminating effect. Just look at this. Oh, that's pretty sweet right there. Awesome. So yeah, so this is the Starspeeder 3000. Pretty awesome vehicle right here, I had to say. Again, I've been wanting to collect these Starspeeders for a very long time. Never had the chance to buy them ever since I visited the parks when I was... Anyway, so that's the Starspeeder 3000. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Starspeeder 1000. So here it is. Oh, look at this. Now this does have a good color detail. Not compared to the white. I mean, obviously, this is obviously a classic, design right here. But this is like this is just a legitimate color design. Who knows if they will update it soon? Probably not. But anyhow, so let's go ahead and take a look at it again. Here's the front of the Starspeeder. There's like the little logo. I noticed the logo on the front of the Starspeeder 3000. It's like kind of like a shape of a T or something. and this is just basically the logo as you see in the ride. It says right there Starspeeder 1000 on the side. Again, pretty much the same. Again, I love the color, and I was noticing the guns on this Starspeeder look pretty different than the other guns in the Starspeeder. Look, it's pretty longer than these guns. But however, they look pretty detailed. However, that's pretty cool. And here's R2 again. Yeah, same sounds as the other Starspeeder. And again, the back, however they don't have like the same color designs right here. As you notice right here, there's like, obviously these are basically like yellow, and I think these are like a greenish color, I think, and these don't. But however, this is like an okay design right here, and obviously just like the other Starspeeder, you could press on these buttons right here. So
Star Tours is proud to introduce the Starspeeder 1000.
And of course, instead of the voice of Captain Rex, you could hear the droid lady talking. The robot lady that that you see before you board the ride. Right, here we go one more time.
Star Tours is proud to introduce the Starspeeder 1000. Star Tours is proud to introduce the Starspeeder 1000.
And on this side, the same thing.
Star Tours is proud to introduce the Starspeeder 1000. Star Tours is proud to introduce the Starspeeder 1000.
That's pretty cool. And on this button, pretty much the same. Again, same style. I mean, same sounds as the Starspeeder 1000. I mean 3000. So. Here, let's compare it to both of them. So let's see. Here's the Starspeeder 3000. Okay, so I just noticed that this one, obviously you could hear the voice of Captain Rex, saying light speed, and obviously you hear a little bit of the hyperdrive, the sounds of the hyperdrive or something. Almost sounds like a vacuum sound. I don't know why, it kind of sounds like that. But in this one, you don't hear any dialogue, just pretty much engine sounds. One more time. And I just noticed that the sounds do last a little longer than the Starspeeder 3000 does. So that's one thing I like about this. And obviously, let me find out what this button does. Some engine noises, like the Starspeeder 3000. However, it sounds pretty low, so let me try that again. Oh. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. And here we go. Let's remove the lid right here. Again, same thing like the other one. And okay, so as you can see here, the seats are different. Different color. They're all in blue. And this time there are 4 rows of seats this time. As you can see, there's extra seats right here in the middle and on that side right there. You don't really see the little peg for the for Captain Rex or any other figure, so that's basically what it is. And oh yeah, as you can see here, there's like a little sticker for the screen right there. It's the pod race scene for Tatooine. That's pretty cool. And let me go ahead and show you the lights in here.
Star Tours is proud to introduce the Starspeeder 1000. Star Tours is proud to introduce the Starspeeder 1000.
Okay, so from what I'm seeing here is that The seats don't illuminate with the light, so
Star Tours is proud to introduce the Starspeeder
like here,
1000.
let me show you, compare it. So see right here.
Welcome aboard. This is Captain Rex from the
So as you can see how the lights illuminate with the orange color on the seats, and these seats right here,
Star Tours is proud to introduce
they don't.
the Starspeeder 1000. Star Tours is proud to introduce the Starspeeder 1000.
But again, that's basically okay since this is like a, again, different vehicle, different design. But that's pretty much, you know, what it is. So yeah. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you like it. Again, these are very, very cool little again, Star Wars toys right here. Hope to make another video soon, probably my collection of Star Wars items that I got here, so pretty much soon I'll do a video like that. But anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope to see you again in another video, and so yeah. And if you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button below, and leave a like to this video, and leave a comment to see which one do you think is the best, the Starspeeder 3000 or the Starspeeder 1000. Alright, so again, thanks for watching, guys.